Hey guys, I just want to let you know that this little sketchbook tour is for my newest class in time drawing. That's why the sketchbook is not finished yet, and you will hear me mention things like lessons and so forth. I wanted to share it with you anyway so that you can get inspired to start your own sketchbook and get some tips of things you can do to practice. Okay, on with the tour. Okay, it's time for a sketchbook tour. So this is a 100-page sketchbook. It's 60 pounds, so it's pretty thin, but I get 200 pages of drawing, which is pretty neat, very economical actually. And I try to draw mostly in black and white. This is like a big pen, this is ink. I change my mediums a lot. Here's a pencil. And I try to freehand most of the time, which just means that I didn't sketch beforehand. These are sketched beforehand, but these are as well, but most of the time I tried not to, like these. These are really wonky actually. And I always dated my sketches and I wrote like little notes to myself. And as you can notice, I did these lines in the background and my lines actually get better later in the sketchbook. They become more good, like these are a little wonky. And I was just kind of really quick with this. Let me just show you what it looks like. This is something you're welcome to do on any of your pages, just like this. Just a flick of the wrist. This is kind of the thing we did in the warm-up. And then you can also try doing longer ones. You could try crossing them. You could do circles, anything. And I do this to fill in the page and it gives me more practice time. So this is charcoal. That's why I don't really recommend it in a sketchbook. And I just kept doing freehanding. I was seeing, kind of some progress, but mostly I felt kind of stagnant. Some things turned out good like this. And then other times I just couldn't get things right. This one I started without warming up and it didn't look good. And then this one looked really good and I was happy with it. So, it depends on the time of the day. It depends if I had my coffee or I'm sleepy. Also, just randomly, I could be good or bad. Doing things like perspective, I really recommend to just draw landscapes. Anything like this is good. And here's an example of something else I did. If I drew something, I just did not like it, I would try again. So this is my second try and I wrote it right here. Second try, first try, and it looked much better. Here's another 3D object, 360. I did a lot of those not timed. And this is pretty wonky. See, this is pretty wonky. It's okay. This one was really good. I mean, it just, like I said, it's normal. I did more 360s. These are freehand again, freehand. And then I finally gonna start doing time drawings. These were continuous contours. I tried to be quick. I like how these turned out. They're cute. See a lot of wonky lines right here. The big pen is hard to draw, but I like the sketchy lines it makes. I think it's kind of cute and it never runs out of ink in my experience. Yeah, my lines are starting to look better over here, as you can see. And I like to do these little like sparkles. I think they're so cute. Find things you like to fill your page with and just like add them in. This was also freehand, so I was getting better at freehand and then I would do something that didn't look good again. So it's just how it is. Okay, so here's when I started doing time drawing. So these were all 30 seconds. These are little Cupid babies and then little ducks. I like how this turned out. I did these and I was like, wow, these feel so alive. And this is a brush and ink. This brush was not timed and I just did a bad job. And then timing it made me kind of more selective, I guess, with how I put things down in my lines, and it just looks so much better. And so I started doing time drawings more. I used to do them a long time ago. I kind of stopped. And I never really did them to this extent. And when I was doing these, I was like, this is really fun. So here's the first try, the second try, the third try. These are all 1 minute. And then I just drew it without being timed. So as you can see, my first was pretty bad, better, best, and then pretty much the same, I would say. But yeah, I really like how my lines started looking in these. So I kept going. These are 15 seconds. I love how these turned out. See, a simple subject is the best for 15 seconds. This was just a freehand 360. I did these a lot. So I started alternating. Okay, so I'm doing freehand, I'm doing timed. And then again, freehand, timed. And I feel like that really helped. 30 seconds, freehand. And see, this one, it didn't turn out so good. Proportions are off, proportions are off. These are okay. But then if I flip the page, I tried again the next day. And these are actually really good. And I was faster at drawing them. So yeah, progress, right? So these were 30 seconds, and these were the continuous blind contour. I did one not timed, but quick, a 30-second one and 1 minute one. And then I just tried drawing it for 1 minute, normal drawing. So see the lines? They're like on every page. I just think it really helps me to just warm up my hand and just fill in the page and practice. And my lines get better as I go along. Look at my circles. See, you could do circles. You could do anything. So 15, 30, 1 minute, not timed. I love doing these. I love repetition like this. Again, a quick blind contour. Sometimes you don't have to time them, just try to be quick. 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute. And then I tried it again, and oh my goodness, this one is so much better. I love this one so much. I just want to capture this in my art that I don't time. Too much detail. I need to be more like the time drawings. So this is something different. I didn't really show this in a lesson, but I timed how long it took me to draw them. So I try to be quick, and look how good these are for freehand. I got so much better at this. And I drew this deer a couple times, so you get better with repetition. And they took me, so like, this is quick. I used to be slower. I'm excited about that. Okay, so these were the ones you build upon. So 30 seconds gesture, and then a 2 minute to refine. 30 seconds and 2 minutes. And this one didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. Tried again, did the same thing, and was better. These were all 30 seconds, not very good. Again, 30 seconds, not very good except this. That's okay. These were 1 minute, like little Japanese dolls, and I rarely draw faces. I love this. I love how this one, I just love them. And then, yeah, so tried new subjects as well. And I did in freehand, and then I did in freehand again, but this time I did pencil, and I love how these turned out. So experiment with media, experiment how you do lines, you know. It's fun. Okay, so this one is a good example of it not being good. Yeah. Look at, this is probably my worst drawing in here, or this one. I don't know, I just had a weird day. But you know what, I kind of like them. They're quirky. You know, who cares? Okay, then I did 1 minute. These were better, still not great. And then I did a sketch and draw. I'm having a hard time with big cats in the sketchbook, so that's like my challenge. These were just freehand. Look how much better my freehand has become. Like, look at how much better my little lines are. They're more straight, and I don't know, just looks more accurate. So these are just little 30-second ones, and I wrote down, with practice, you can trust your hand. I just felt like it was effortless to just convey what I was seeing after a while, and it just made me more confident with my lines. And yes, still had bad results. Sometimes this page isn't as good, but you know, I just kept going. And I just felt more and more confident. I used to not be able to draw people. These are the figurines. And I don't know, I did better and better. This one was freehand, so I alternated. I did it again the next day. And then I did freehand again. And I think this is really good for freehand. I mean, I don't know. I'm not like saying I'm the best, but that's better than I used to be. So these are 30 seconds. You saw this one, you saw this one. And then we got more 1 minute, more. These are all, by the way, like vintage figurines. I collect them and I love to draw them. So just draw what you like to draw, but try to draw new things too, because it's good for your brain. Again, 1 minute, 30 seconds. And these were not timed, but I did them quickly. So you don't always have to time it, like I said. You can just try. And it's okay if you don't fill every page. I try to, but sometimes I don't, and that's okay. So these were freehand again. My freehand's getting so much better here. I'm looking at these and I'm like, I'm getting the proportions right. These are like people, so they're harder to do, and I was just really impressed at this point. So again, freehand, and these are quick too. These are quick freehands. Look at this deer. Look how good I did. I did that. I can't believe it. I mean, some of them are bad, but you know, I'm just saying, like, I'm improving, you know? It's so much fun to see. So again, 1 minute, 30 seconds. 1 minute, look how bad this is. I put a little LOL every time I do something bad. Who cares, right? Good days, bad days, right? These were 1 minute. These were really good. These were also 30 seconds. I'm pretty good at drawing birds, but I was impressed for 30 seconds. Like, this was good. I'm actually building myself up. Look at me. Look at me. Quiet inner critic. Anyway, these were sketches first. I'm seeing a lot of progress here. This one looks good at the end, but it was really hard for me to draw. Like, I think I erased a lot or something. I try not to use eraser too much in this, but sometimes I allow myself and I like write it down. And yeah, I wrote down it was really hard to do. So I tried doing the next day, well, 2 days later. I skipped days a lot. That's okay. These were 30 seconds and look how bad they are. And then 1 minute, I tried again, the same references, they're better. So just try again. This one was kind of harder for some reason, but I kind of like how they turned out. They look cool. I like the medium. So these are a minute, and you can see sometimes I repeat the same subjects. Like I have a Pinterest board full of vintage figurines. I like to repeat them because repetition works. These are 1 minute. It's just pretty hard to do actually. And then I did not timed and freehand. So I really like this cat. That turned out pretty good. And this rose too. 1 minute figurine study. I like drawing this really big. I thought that was fun. I don't really draw big, but if you like to draw big, go ahead. Freehand, 15 seconds, 1 minute. This was a bad drawing day again. I just kept getting proportions off. In fact, I've tried drawing this cat a few times, and every time I do it, like it doesn't look right. So I just have to keep trying. It's kind of hard. But this was freehand, and look how good these are. I'm not sketching beforehand. Like, I've improved. I'm so proud. Okay, freehand, 30 seconds, 1 minute. But notice how many like bad drawings there are throughout, you know? And this too was so hard to draw. This too was getting at me, but these are also freehand. I did pretty good. But yeah, challenge yourself. So this one I was so impressed with because, you know, I've been having a hard time with big cats, so I wanted to draw them. So I sketched it and then I inked it, and it took me 15 minutes for this one and 15 minutes for this one. And I was like, okay, that's really quick. So I'm becoming faster at drawing harder things. And notice how there's a bigger time gap now. So I've been more busy, and this is actually the last entry right here. I've been more busy, so I've been more sparing in here, but I've been painting more, and I've been working on the class and editing it right now. So that's okay. You can have gaps in your sketchbook. It just, as long as you come back to it, you know, don't feel stressed or pressured. But yeah, I really like this little figurine. So cute. And the cat again. I still suck at the cat. I'm gonna try the cat again. But yeah, that's the sketchbook. As you can see, just fill the pages with any elements you like. Try different mediums. I also recommend a sketchbook with bigger pages because then you can fill it with more stuff and there's just more to do. But you can do a small one if you want. If you want to just do like one little drawing a day, that's fine too. I just feel like it kind of takes the pressure off when you just draw anywhere and start anywhere and just go for it. But yeah, even notebook paper is fine, like I said. Just have something and try. And as you can see, I've really improved. I still have bad drawing days, but I'm really, really proud of myself for how far I've come, how much more confident my lines are. And that's what you're gonna have to if you just practice and you just keep going with it. I love this tiger so much. But yeah, so, I mean, these are freehand, you guys. Like, I'm telling you, like, I couldn't do freehand in the beginning. I had to always sketch my basic shapes first. And I've just gotten so much better observing and just putting it down and being confident. So that's what I want for you guys. And it's just so much fun to have a sketchbook. I still have a little bit to go. So I encourage you to start one. It's so much fun to look at your progress. So yeah, that's the sketchbook tour. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed this tour. Let me know if you didn't. Maybe I'll share my mixed media one too. It's filled with just the weirdest things and fun. So I also encourage you to start a sketchbook and just have fun and see where it takes you. Your skills can only go up from practice, even if it's hard to see in the moment. You can do a practice black and white one like I did here, where you get the fundamentals and observational drawing. You can do time drawing, you could do freehand, you could do normal drawing, whatever you want to do. Or you can make one that's for mixed media, or an ugly one, or a playful experimental one. That's kind of what I have for my second one. Or you can even do a serious pretty one. It's up to you. There's no limit to sketchbooks. It's not just the pretty ones you see on YouTube, okay? Those are awesome, but that's not all the sketchbooks are. Sketchbooks are a place to have fun and experiment, do your own thing. So just have fun with it, and it's okay if everything you make is ugly. Here are some pages from my old sketchbook. Yeah, everything I made was ugly, so I've come a long way, and so will you if you just start practicing today. That's the only thing holding you back, is you just doing it. So how much fun is it to look back and see progress as well? Keep your ugly sketchbooks and just keep making new ones. Okay, that's it for this video. If you want to take the full class on time drawing or any of my other classes, I have 31. Check out the links below, and happy practicing and growing. Keep practicing, keep playing, keep experimenting, and see where your art journey takes you. Just have fun. No one has to see what you make. It's all for you. And just, you know, share what you feel like. Don't if you don't want to. Just have fun, okay? So I'll see you guys later. Bye!